You know, my job is not to badmouth anybody, and I'm certainly not going to mention the shop in particular. But I want you to look at this waveform. I was done with this car in about, I don't know, 10 minutes doing the diagnosis. I think it took me longer to sit there and do a cylinder leak down on this thing to realize that everything was going right out through the crankcase. But this was the initial call. I got called in there for a misfire running poorly. They had thrown coils, a cam sensor, a crank sensor, plugs, injectors, and they were ready to put in a PCM that was sitting there. And I said, please, before you do anything else, before you put this PCM in, can I please diagnose it for you? And they finally said yes. And this is what I did. They're just simply by just holding my foot down, wide open throttle. You know, the coils are nice and easy to get to, and did a relative compression. And obviously you can see, in this case here, it was triggered off of 1, and the firing order was 165432, I think it was. And either which way, it was cylinder 2 ended up being the failure, and just sat there and did a quick cylinder leak down, pulled it around on top dead, and everything was coming right out of the crankcase. So this is one of those reasons why, you know, I feel terrible for the customers. I don't know how many of the old parts are going to be replaced. It's not a shop I deal with very often. You know, and it's you know, when you get there and you see the power probe laying on top of the hood, and then you see an OTC Genesis, you know, not that there was anything wrong with that tool, but that wasn't updated up until like 2004, and it's sitting there on a 2007 car. You know, it's kind of scary. You know, if these people aren't prepared to be out there working on cars, I really don't think they should. But anyhow, just you know, make sure you take all the information that you guys are looking at. I don't care if it's me, Eric, Scanner Dan, or anybody at all that you see out there. Diagnose Dan. I mean, I'm not going to go through a list of names, but there are some great guys out there on YouTube. If that's where you're getting your training from, great. If you can get out there and get some real in-class training, even better. But, you know, make sure that you're not putting parts on a car that the customer doesn't need. You know, this one here is going to depress me for the rest of the day, simply because I don't think that they're ever going to they're not even going to take a part off that car. They're probably going to sell this guy a motor and transfer over all those new parts onto that new motor that the guy really doesn't need. Anyhow, here it is. Have a good day.